Hey guys, how's it going? It's Baggins here, and today we're back with another Realm Royale update video. This time we're going to be talking about OB17 or Open Beta 17. Now with this patch, a new Battle Pass is coming in. It's going to be Season 3, and the theme of the Battle Pass seems to be like futuristic kind of mechs and robots and stuff like that. Now in the description down below, I'm going to put a full breakdown of the different contents of this video, so if you want to see what the new skins look like, or the new weapon, the balance changes, the bug fixes, like I say in the description, there'll be timestamps, so you go to that point in the video and you can find the information there. I'm going to save my opinions on most of the content until the end of the video, so I'm just going to work through all of the stuff that they talked about as fast as I can for you guys, so you can know what to expect coming in the next patch, which is going to be on Tuesday, the 26th of March, so less than a week from when this video went live. Now the first thing they talked about is the new minigun. So there's going to be another new weapon coming into the game, and this weapon is going to be a bit different from other weapons we've seen in the realm. It's going to be a special heavy weapon type. Now they don't fully explain what this means, however it does sound like quite a beast. I imagine it's going to be legendary only looking at the image of it. Now one fun thing about this weapon is there is a naming competition going on for it, so it hasn't been named yet, but you guys can choose what the name is going to be. Heroic Leap approached me and a bunch of other streamers and content creators to suggest some names to the weapon, so I have suggested a name. Now in the interest of keeping things fair, and because I feel like you guys should just vote for actually what name you like rather than like, oh, I'm gonna vote for Baggins, I'm not gonna tell you what my name is, but if you do want to vote, you can check out the link in the description down below or go to realmroyale.com. But to get more into the actual weapon itself, this thing fires 1,700 rounds per minute, and its clip size is 500, so it holds 500 bullets until you need to reload, which sounds pretty insane. You hold down the aim button to spin up the barrel, and then the fire button obviously actually fires the weapon. The developers say it's effective from short to mid-range, so not going to really be a long-range weapon, and they also say it's by far the highest DPS weapon in the game. Now to put this into perspective, one of the highest DPS weapons in the game currently is the Fire Axe, which especially on PC is considered to be a pretty crazy weapon, so I think this is actually going to be a very powerful new weapon coming into the game. After this, they talk about the new skins coming into the game. These are all the new Battle Pass skins that we can expect to see next week. Starting off with the 6-shot Cyborg Assassin skin. Now I'm going to show these skins on the screen now and some of the voice lines that go with them, and then afterwards I'll tell you a little bit more about them.
There's only room enough for one robo-sheriff in this town, partner. It's gonna be an old-fashioned shootout. They'll never see me coming.
Next up is the Cyber Rider Hunter skin, which looks and sounds like this.
Now we're gonna have some fun. Kick it into gear. Time to get serious.
Then we have the Radon Flux Mage skin.
Good help is so hard to find these days. Well, go on and say it. I'm dressed to kill. Well, this party certainly is starting.
And finally, the High-Tech Trooper Warrior skin.
Woohoo! Ride 'em, cowboy! Whew, these chickens are wilier than a space bug. Whew, I think I'm in love.
Now, two of these skins are going to be progressive, which means you'll level up through them and you'll get different tiers of the skin, kind of like you do in the current Battle Pass with the Mage and the Hunter. So the two progressive skins are going to be the Warrior and the Assassin, and technically the Hunter skin as well. So three of the skins, when you level up, when you get the higher tiers of them, they get their own dagger skin as well. So we're starting to see weapon skins coming into the game. The Mage skin doesn't have her own weapon skin. However, you can just unlock a generic weapon skin for the dagger at level 2 in the Battle Pass is what they say. So yeah, dagger skins coming into the game, and some of the classes will have their own unique dagger skins, that being the Assassin, Hunter, and Warrior. Next up, we have the chicken skins. We got the Roebuck chicken, which looks like this on the screen. It's a very cute little dude in my opinion. And then we have a progressive chicken skin, which is the Battlebach chicken. And he's very anime, looks a bit like Optimus Prime. And as I say, this one is another one that you can level up through different tiers and he'll get extra glowy effects and stuff like that. Mount-wise, we have two new mounts coming in the Battle Pass. We have the Mechasaur mount, which is like a robot dinosaur mount, as you can see here. And then we have the HL1700 mount, which is some sort of motorbike, as you can see on the screen here. A little bit unusual compared to some of the mounts that we normally see in the game. Typically, they've been themed around, you know, stuff from the past and fantasy medieval stuff, dinosaurs and horses, and now we've got a motorbike. So yeah, new motorbike, new dinosaur mount coming into the game. Now, one of the developers also alluded to 2 brand new types of cosmetic coming into the game. So like not like anything we've seen before, a new type of cosmetic. So not an emote, not a skin, not a chicken skin. I don't really know what this could be, but I'll just play the clip from the stream and maybe you guys can take some guesses in the comments as to what type of cosmetic could we have that we haven't seen yet.
Something else that's kind of cool about the Next Frontier Battle Pass is that we're actually introducing like 2 new types of cosmetics too, which we don't need to spoil here. Maybe we let them see a little later, you know.
Okay.
When we had the trailer and everything, we have some cool new, like brand new cosmetics included in this too. So get excited for that.
So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. I don't really know what that means or when we'll find out about it, but when we do, I'll let you guys know. Next up, they talked about something pretty cool. It's the daily login bonus. So this is something that I've been expecting to come into Realm for quite some time, but it sounds like it's finally going to be coming with the next patch. So every day you log in on Realm Royale now, you're going to get a little bit of a reward for logging in. So going through from the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th days, you'll get Battle Pass XP, and on the 6th and 7th day, you'll get 20 crowns and then 30 crowns. So 50 crowns to be gained each week, as well as a healthy chunk of Battle Pass XP. Now, one of the cool things about the 7-day login period is it can be done over any stretch of time. So going from day 1 to day 2, and then maybe you are away for 3 days, you gotta go on holiday, or you're really busy with work and you don't get any chance to play Realm Royale. The game will remember that you're still on the 3rd day, so you can take a big break of time in between, and you don't have to worry about resetting your daily login bonus. So even though it is daily, technically it's just 7 days over any period of time. After this, they briefly allude to some special stuff that's going to be happening on April 1st. They said there's going to be a new legendary mount skin coming to the store on April 1st, as well as a special surprise that you can use in the Zeppelin. Not really sure what this is, but not too long until we find out, I guess, April 1st, less than 2 weeks away. Now going into the balance changes for Realm Royale, we get some pretty cool stuff here. Assault Rifle is getting a 10% damage increase. Burst Rifle, its clip size is going from 21 to 30, and it's getting a 15% damage increase. Bolt Staff getting a similar treatment, clip size going from 15 to 25 and getting a 15% damage increase. The pistol, which is one of the newer weapons in the game, getting a damage fall off. So right now, regardless of how far away the target is, it will always hit for the same amount of damage. Whereas going forward, the pistol is now going to have a little bit of fall off damage. So the further away the target is, the less damage the pistol will do. The throwing axe is getting a damage reduction of 8%, so the axe will be just a little bit less scary. And the sniper rifle equip time, so the amount of time it takes to pull the sniper rifle from your back and be able to fire with it, is going from 1 second to 0.6 seconds. So you should be able to pull out the sniper rifle a lot faster and snipe somebody in the distance or potentially up close. Ability and talent wise, we got a few balance changes here. So proximity mine and sensor drone are getting the same treatment in that they're getting a 10% cooldown reduction across all ranks. So going down in 10 seconds on the common rank, the rare rank, the epic rank, and the legendary rank. Proximity mine and sensor drone are some of the weaker class abilities in the game, so I think this is a pretty nice change. I still don't know if they'll be used that much when you compare them to the other abilities that assassin and hunter have, but definitely a good change, and 10 seconds is a pretty hefty amount to knock off of each one. Into the Fray, which is a warrior talent that increases the movement speed when you pop Shielding Shout, has been buffed from 25% to 35%. However, before you guys freak out and think that they've buffed the Sword Warrior, don't worry, Edgemaster is getting a pretty hefty nerf, so the movement speed that you get when you hold a sword is going from 25% to 10%. Now this is more than half the movement speed being nerfed off, and I do think this is a pretty good change to Edgemaster. Will it be powerful enough? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Technically, you'll still be able to make up that speed somewhat from the Into the Fray movement speed, but the thing about the Shielding Shout, it's only temporarily. I think it's only 4 seconds after using the Shielding Shout. Obviously, Edgemaster is all of the time. Some other talents getting buffed. Survivalist, which is a talent that after you use Dodge Roll or Withdraw with Hunter, you get a small shield. That's going from 2 seconds to 4 seconds, so you'll now have a 4-second shield instead of a 2-second shield. Similar treatment with Assassin as well. His ephemeral, I don't know how to pronounce it fully. That shield is going from 2 seconds to 4 seconds as well, so you get a small shield after you blink or use Hidden. Again, doubling in value. And Toxicology, which is the assassin talent that buffs the damage an enemy takes when they're hit with the Shredder. That's going from 30% to 25% to bring it more in line with Pincushion, which is, and again, a similar talent with the Hunter, where when you hit them with a crossbow, they take 25% increased damage. And finally, on the last few points of the patch, there's going to be a significant increase in the potions you get from chests, so you're going to see a lot more potions coming from chests. Now, I know I said I would save my opinions till the end, but I'm really happy about this. Right now, it feels like I'm super struggling in the early game to find potions. If I don't get a healing ability, it's in a pretty rough spot. Almost makes it feel like you have to run regenerator sometimes to get through the early game. But now, hopefully, we're going to find more armor potions as well. And finally, onto a few bug fixes. Emotes will now properly play the noise when they're in the Zeppelin. You guys have may noticed this a few times, but when you emote in the Zeppelin, it doesn't always play the full noise. It just plays like the first 2 seconds or 1 second and then cuts off. Same with the skydive effect. I didn't even actually fully know this one until like the past few weeks. Apparently when you're skydiving, there is supposed to be a sound effect that goes with it. That's actually going to happen now. On the topic of noises that should be happening and not happening, the volume of chests, so like the actual noise that the chest plays when you open it, as well as other noises in the game, they're going to be reduced down a little bit, so it's not going to be such of a audio assault on you every time you do something in the game. You know, this is really loud and this is really loud. A lot of the noises getting nerfed. And amongst some other things, one of the key bug fixes, or important bug fixes, I thought, is splash damage on some weapons was a little bit too high. I think this is specifically the plasma launcher, which is the just generic grenade launcher, like not specific class weapon. Plasma launcher is not going to deal a ridiculous amount of self damage now. It's just going to go down to, I think it's supposed to be 100 or 90. Which is what the ice staff is currently doing. Now, obviously, guys, I have glossed over a few things here. I didn't go into full detail. There were a few more bug fixes, but I thought I'd just give you guys the quick and important details on what we can expect in the next patch. If you want to find out the full patch notes, I'll put a link in the description down below, as well as a link to the video that I've been playing on occasion in the stream with the developers talking about the new patch notes show. Now, getting into my opinions on this patch, ultimately, I think it is going to be a better version of Realm Royale. I really like the balance changes. I like the new cosmetic content. The new weapon sounds interesting. I do want to see some gameplay of it, and indeed I hope I can get some gameplay of a test server with the new weapon on, hopefully by the weekend out for you guys. The one thing I will say is I feel like there's not really a whole lot of new content. We don't have any new abilities. We haven't had any new abilities for a really long time. We're just seeing new weapons all the time, and don't get me wrong, I do like the weapons in Realm Royale, but one of the reasons why I play Realm and why I feel like it's different from other Battle Royale games out there is the abilities and the class system. And whilst they have made an attempt to have some of the talents and some of the abilities be a bit better, I still feel like there's some dead talents and definitely some dead abilities in the game, looking at turret and ice wall and stuff like that. So I was a little bit upset considering how long it's been since the last patch, and since this is supposed to be a brand new season, you know, with a new battle pass, it's a big time for new content, and we're only really seeing a new weapon. Feels a little bit bad, man, on that front. But outside of that, like I say, guys, generally excited for the new content. Really looking forward to getting some test server gameplay out of this. If I don't manage to get some test server gameplay, then once again, new patch is coming next week, 26th of March on Tuesday. Obviously, when that happens, the current battle pass that we're working on, Steel and Shadow, that one's going to end. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you get your battle pass finished out. They are going to be doing a triple, so 3 times XP weekend event. That's obviously coming this weekend, which is the weekend of the 23rd to the 24th. And yeah, that pretty much does it for this video, guys. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think about the theme of this battle pass. What do you think about the new content, the balance changes, the bug fixes? Is there anything you wanted to see in the patch that didn't happen? Is there anything that did happen in this patch that you didn't want to happen? And I know a lot of you guys watching this video are console players. You play on Xbox, you play on PS4. Do you think this change with Edgemaster is going to be significant enough, or do you still think Sword is going to be OP? Let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. And as always, guys, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you click the like button. If you want more Realm Royale content in the future, and if you haven't already done it, click subscribe. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video.